Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Palais, Josh Palais, Mario Heron getting ready for the last regular season week of the season as the Chargers travel to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Listening to Raider fans, they're super excited about their team all of a sudden. Look at what we've done the last couple of weeks. Complete joke. I mean, complete absolute joke. You can't judge a franchise that's sitting there just playing out the schedule and screws up the draft. Like, you had one job, and that was to get the first pick in the draft. Now, hey, congratulations. If you happen to win this Sunday, you guys might pick number 11. Good deal. You guys have done a great job of making sure your franchise stinks for another 20 years. But for the Chargers, man, things are looking good. This team's going in the playoffs, and for Charger fans, we just kind of matter of seeding and which team are we rooting for this team to face in the first round of the playoffs. If you heard the show the last couple shows, you're hearing that we'd rather play a team like the Texans, or before it was the Steelers. Anybody, we don't want Buffalo. We don't want the Ravens. Hey, whatever's on the schedule, Chargers are going to be ready to go, and we're going to be here to talk about it. But let's jump real quick, Josh, into the last game of the season on an excitement factor of 1 to 10. How excited are you about this game, and what are you expecting to see?
Excitement factor would be at a 5, right? I'm not super excited. The reason why I'm not super excited is because only bad things can happen in this game, right? You could lose a player, somebody could get injured, like we saw a few years ago with Mike Williams in Denver, or you could lose the game. And I really don't want to lose this game because of what happened last year, Mario. It burns me up when I think about giving up 70 points to the Raiders. I know that was last season. That was Brandon Staley, and that's what eventually got him fired. But we still gave up 70 points to the Raiders a year ago. And I think this is a game where you still want to win. It's the Raiders. We all hate the Raiders. So even though it's not important for the playoffs, even though we could get the 5th seed, I still really want to win this game regardless of who plays.
Yeah, I want to beat the crap out of them. I want them to cry. I want Antonio Pierce to have a really awkward press conference after the game of when they're just asking him, why does your team suck? Why is, the quarterback position not figured out? Why does every player look unhappy? And he's just like, guys aren't buying in. It's like, all right, man. I don't know if that's the issue, man. But no, I'm with you guys. I think this is I call this the wife, girlfriend, boyfriend game. Where it's like, it's a, game to watch, but if you want to take your, significant other out for a date, go ahead. If you want to do a little, I don't know, post New Year's shopping, go ahead. Just make sure you turn into the Bull Crew episode right after the game. That's mandatory.
I like it because it's the logos. I mean, I'm to the point. I'm rooting for the logos, and we all know that Charger Raider logos, when they're on the field, that you sit and you get fired up a little bit. Like I will watch this game, not with the same excitement like we're playing with our, hair on fires and we got to get into the postseason. We already know that's taken care of, but still, it's the Raiders. It'd be different if they're facing the Chargers against the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. It's still the Raiders. You want to beat them. Josh just brought up the point that they embarrassed the Chargers just a year ago. And overall, you always want to take care of the Raiders. Now, the question always is in the division, I'm going to ask Mario both you guys are much younger than me, but you're the team when everyone in the division says that's the team we want to beat most. And for the NFC East, it's the Dallas Cowboys, right? Giant fans, who do you want to beat most? They'll tell you Cowboys. Eagles want to beat the Cowboys. Commanders want to beat the Cowboys. Here's the deal. In this division, it's always been the Raiders. Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers always had the same answer. It was the Raiders. Are the Raiders still that team? I know the Chiefs have been really hot, but have the Raiders all of a sudden disappeared from the so-called greatness? Because guys like you got Josh, who's around 30, and you got Mario's around 25, and just rounding, that you guys are basically haven't seen the Raiders when they were good. Beating the Raiders, the most important team in the division to beat, or is it someone else?
Growing up in San Diego as a kid, it was the Raiders, right? Raider Week was a big deal. Everybody would head over to Qualcomm Stadium to watch LT run all over the Raiders. It was great. To me, it's the Chiefs. And I understand that the Raiders are the team that, of the past and whatever. But like you said, I'm not that old. I'm 31. So the Chiefs, to me, are the team that I really want to beat the most because I can't stand them and we can't beat them. So I don't know if Mario looks at it the same way because me and him are closer to the same age. But the Chiefs, to me, are at the top of the mountain. You can't get to the top unless you knock the Chiefs off.
Same boat. It's the Chiefs. And if you beat them, if you compete with them, then you're one of the best teams in the AFC. I think the Raiders, for generational wise, is kind of like Nebraska college football, where I grew up and everyone told me how good they used to be, but now they just really suck. Like, that's how I literally see that organization. And it's like, you can show me the good old days when John Madden. You can show me the good old days when you had this big bad defense and you were the scary tough Raiders. Well, ever since I've had oxygen in my lungs and could breathe, walk, or take a piss and wipe my own ass, you guys have been awful. Like no one's cared about you guys even one bit. Like no one's been like, oh, we got to face the Raiders. Oh no, how are we gonna win in Oakland, in Vegas? How? It's always like, nah, we'll probably go kick the crap out of them and then go, grab some dinner after. They got some good restaurants out there. Maybe, like it's never
Really
been
don't.
appointment
Not in
TV.
Oakland.
Like, no, it's yeah, not in Oakland especially. But my point is like I think the brand and like the history of the Raiders has like really dropped off. I'm not even saying it's because it's a Charger podcast, but like honestly, like if you think about it, Dave, from our like two perspectives, like it doesn't mean anything to be a Raider today. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. It like if you're the Raiders, that's not a cool thing to say. It's like, okay, nice. Do you want salad or soup for lunch today?
Yeah, no, it's been a long time. I mean, it has been a long time. And so it's more than 20 years since the Raiders were in a Super Bowl, which they got embarrassed by the Buccaneers. I was there. I watched it. It was crazy that they trade their coach to Tampa, and then the next year he knows everything the Raiders are doing and then destroys them, embarrasses them. But it was over. That's when it ended for a long time for the Raiders. It's been more than 20 years that they haven't done a thing. I mean, they got a great city as far as Las Vegas now. We still say it's a national brand. I agree it is a national brand still. You kind of have to be when you've had homes in Oakland, Los Angeles, and now Las Vegas. I mean, what else are you going to claim? You have to say you're a national brand. But as far as the history and the Bo Jacksons and the Marcus Allens and the Howie Longs, I mean, that's a long time ago. That's a long time ago when you talk about great Raider players. So, Mario, break it down. You're always the guy that breaks down the games on Thursdays. What are we going to see on Sunday?
Hopefully backups is my big thing for this game on Sundays. Hopefully we get backups for the Chargers. We kind of rest our guys. I think that's going to be more the case because, again, I think the Steelers beat the Bengals on Saturday, so I don't really see that moving up or down. But anyways, look at this Raiders team. Offensively, guys, they're an absolute joke. Like, joke of a franchise, joke of a team, joke of an offense. Like, it's awful. They're the worst rushing offense in the league. They're 25th in total yards. They're 28th in points per game. Congratulations, Raider fans. You want to run home. You won, 2 games in a row. That was against the Saints and the Jaguars. Saints are on a backup head coach, a backup quarterback. The Jaguars are on a backup quarterback and a head coach that's, begging for life for his job to be around come Monday. It's not going to be. Defensively, they're still, like, actually not bad in terms of, like, against the run, against the pass. But if you also look at those, Josh, like, those numbers are kind of tilted because of the talent they've been facing the past couple of weeks. That kind of helped them juice their numbers a little bit. When you face Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins, Spencer Rattler and company 3 games in a row, guess what? You're going to look, it's pretty. That's like when you want to go hang out with some pigs. You're still a pig, but you're the prettiest one. So not a whole lot to be like run home, be excited about facing this Raider team. I think it's going to be an extremely low scoring game if you just look at the totals of the Raiders' past couple of matchups and the Chargers. I know Nick Wright gave us crap today, but we're not really a team that runs up 35 on you. And I think in this matchup too, Jim Harbaugh's not going to be looking to score, 40 points in this one.
Chargers have been known for this whole season of getting out to hot starts, right? Something they really didn't do with Brandon Staley. This game, I see it no other way, right? It sounds like all the starters are going to play at the beginning, or at least that's the way that Jim Harbaugh made it sound. I would love for the Chargers to go up, 14-0, 21-0 in the first quarter, first half, have a comfortable lead. And then in the second half, you can rest guys like Ladd McConkey, Cam Hart, guys that have been kind of injury prone this season. That would be the perfect scenario for me, Mario, was to get a big lead in the first half and then kind of cruise in the second half and protect your guys from injury. When you talk about this Raiders team, I think you have to talk about one guy, right? There's been one guy that anybody talks about with this Raiders team. It's somebody that we talked about a lot going into the NFL draft, and that's Brock Bowers. I'm very curious to see how the Raiders utilize him against the Chargers because I love our safety in Derwin James. Derwin James today gets named to the Pro Bowl, very well deserved. I want to see Derwin James and Brock Bowers go at it. He's somebody that they target the most. He is the best tight end in the NFL. I hate to say that. It's the truth. He's the best tight end in the NFL. I don't even know who's number 2 right now, maybe Trey McBride. But the fact that the Raiders have an absolute stud at tight end, that's something that we have to worry about for years to come. I know this game doesn't mean much for either team, but I really would like to see how Brock Bowers does against our Chargers.
You know what's crazy? If the Raiders win, because you're hearing it already through the last 2 weeks, Raider fans are saying, hey, maybe you bring back the coach we have. Maybe Antonio Pierce is the answer. They're just starting to buy in now, and it's working. They're out of their minds. I mean, seriously, if the Chargers lose this game, there's going to be pressure from guys inside that locker room. They're going to say Antonio Pierce is the guy. I mean, it's the most Raider thing of all time to almost be out and seeing where your mistakes are and where your problems are, to bring back, not only do you lose the first pick, but you bring back Antonio Pierce. This is why I think things, honestly, organization is that Tom Brady is involved and he understands the difference. Antonio Pierce is a pretender. He's just a motivator. You got to have a guy that's an expert at something. Antonio Pierce isn't. And so I think the Raiders make a change. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the quarterback situation. You're hearing all the talk that, Mike Vrabel, different spots, as we mention his name all the time for that team. But Vrabel looks like he's probably going to end up with Las Vegas, because you're hearing Ben Johnson now to Chicago with some stipulations, which are crazy. But at the same time, I'm looking at Mark because he is a Chicago family. And to see what the Raiders are going to do. It's like you want to hold them underwater as long as you can with the Raiders, right? Because we all know that Denver is only going to get better. By the way, Jerry Jeudy made the Pro Bowl. Pretty funny that Denver couldn't get anything out of Jerry Jeudy. He goes to Cleveland, makes the Pro Bowl. But Denver, they have their quarterback coach combination. So do the Chargers, so do the Chiefs. The Raiders don't have either one. So you want to hold that team underwater as long as you can. So there you go.
What do you guys think the importance of this game for Antonio Pierce's job? Like, do you think if it means this is a do or die, where like if they win this game, he stays, if they lose this game, he goes, or do you think that's already kind of been decided for them come Monday?
I don't know how it's not already decided. The team had no life except for games against Spencer Rattler and Mac Jones. How can you dictate how good a coach is against backup quarterbacks, right? When it mattered most, he was nowhere to be found. I mean, yeah. Antonio Pierce, his whole thing was to bring back the whole Raider toughness and the traditional ways. The Raiders, to me, are just smoke and mirrors, right? They act like the bad boys, but they're not. What's their nickname, Dave? What are they calling them in Vegas?
Well, I'm sorry. Say that again?
What's the Raiders' new nickname? Do you remember what they call them?
Well, can I swear right now? Dipshits on the strip?
Yeah, you can.
On the strip.
Yeah,
they're dipshits on the strip. That's their new nickname. I mean, Antonio Pierce trying to act like the tough guy Mario reminds me of Billy Madison, where he pulls up in the Pontiac Firebird and everybody looks at him like, "What the hell? Like, is that supposed to be cool?"
Yeah, it used to be cool. Now it's not cool.
It's not cool anymore. Yeah. So I don't think it's very important for his job. If I was in charge of the Raiders, I would have fired him already, probably. But I don't think there's any way this can rectify his job if he beats up on the Chargers in Week 18.
And, the Tom Brady coming in, so you have more money to kind of deal with, because we've always said, like, Davis is a popular owner, but he's kind of like a poor owner, if you will. Oh, my God. Sorry, I'm watching the Georgia Notre Dame game on this, too. I have a lot of money on it, so if you see me sweat or cry, it's the reason why.
Who do you have money on? Which side?
Like, I have Notre Dame. I actually think Notre Dame's going to whoop their ass today.
Wow.
Backup QB. That backup QB gets that defense. I don't know, man. But anyways, I think that's the nervous thing for Antonio Pierce is the new money coming in, the kind of the new ownership coming in, and like, what is the patience? And like you said, Vrabel is out there. Ben Johnson's out there. I don't think Ben Johnson's going to go there. I think it's probably Chicago. Like you said earlier, it's probably the done deal, even though he's acting like he's won 4 Super Bowls already. He's never even been to one.
Dude,
there's other
in Chicago.
I know Ben Johnson's going to be really good.
Let's tell the story real quick so people don't go like, what the hell are they talking about? Ben Johnson, the OC with the Detroit Lions. He's obviously the hot coach out there. He's the offensive genius that doesn't have a head coaching job. Rumor is he wants the Chicago job. He's ready to take a job as a head coach. He wants the Chicago job, but he wants it if they fire the general manager. He doesn't want to work with the GM.
Wait, I did not hear that.
The story is that he wants the Bears to fire the GM and hire the assistant GM of the Commanders, who he has a relationship already with, and then he would take that job with the Bears. But he doesn't want to go in with the current GM, so he wants some control. He wants the GM out, and now all of a sudden the GM of the Bears has said, "Remember when I told you I was interested in Ben Johnson? I meant I was interested in Brian Flores. He was the guy I've been thinking about the whole time." So it's whoa! I don't want to lose my job, but that's the story. Day. What do you have, Mario, on this?
So I heard that, well, in total, which kind of makes sense to yours, is that the rumor is that Kevin Warren wants Ben bad, where Poles wants like a really big search for like this new head coach. And Kevin Warren's like, no, it's going to be Johnson. It's going to be Johnson. And then, in terms of when a role head coach is like already decided that for you, to your point, you're already gone, where it's like that decision's already being made and it's going over your head. We'll see, buddy. And remember, this is when Poles got the job. He wasn't given, like he was hired and they gave him 3 coaching candidates to choose from. Like he wasn't given like this good old search, like go find your guy. It was, hey, we have 3 people for you to choose from. Choose the best. And it was a bad 3, by the way. Like,
you got to get an offensive guy. You got to get someone for Caleb Williams. You got to go an offensive guy. You can't go a defensive guy. Caleb Williams needs to grow at some point.
Yeah.
How's Brian Flores going to do with Caleb Williams?
Yeah. The tweets, by the way, the memes of that, let's keep them coming. They're pretty funny.
All right. You got any more Raider stuff you want to break down for us?
They really suck.
Okay. There you go. All right. Colin writes here at the bottom of the chat. He says, Dicker, Pro Bowl snub. Couldn't disagree more. I couldn't agree more. Dicker deserved to be in the Pro Bowl. What the hell has happened here?
All right. I gotta play devil's advocate. I was pissed too. I was going to talk about this at the end of the show. We'll talk about it now. I looked at the Pro Bowl roster, right? And I was like, how did Cameron Dicker not make it? Because it was Chris Boswell for the Steelers.
Yeah, he's great.
Chris Boswell had a straight up better season. Like,
damn
he
it.
did. I mean, I hate to say that. More points, less missed kicks.
Because they can't score in the red zone.
He's kicking in Pittsburgh.
That's
Dude,
true.
I hate it. I mean, I hate to say that, but Chris Boswell actually had a better season than Cameron Dicker. People were saying Joe Alt got snubbed. I agree with that. Joe Alt should have made it. Chargers had 3 Pro Bowlers. One of them didn't deserve it. I hate to say that as well. Khalil Mack, I'm sorry. He made the Pro Bowl. We love Khalil Mack on the show. That was a name that got into the Pro Bowl. So the 3 Charger Pro Bowlers were Khalil Mack, Rashawn Slater, and Derwin James. Rashawn Slater, I think 100% deserved it, even though he missed a couple games. And then Derwin James for sure deserved it. Khalil Mack, I don't think deserved it, but I'm not going to complain that he made it. I just don't think he deserved it.
What happened to the Pro Bowl?
It's a joke.
You know
Absolute joke.
Well,
it's a joke. Like it doesn't matter anymore. If you don't.
No, it matters. Contract wise, 100% matters. And it matters if you get in the Hall of Fame too. How many All Pros and Pro Bowls did you make? It matters when they do the voting for the Hall of Fame. It's a big deal. That way. I mean, the days of going to Hawaii and actually playing the game and seeing guys injured and stuff, that's how out the window. When I was a kid, I thought it was kind of cool where they had the AFC was wearing the white jerseys with the red pants, and the NFC was wearing the blue jerseys, white pants, but you're wearing your own helmet, and you're sitting there rooting for your favorite guys to do well. You're sitting there going, there's a Charger helmet out there, and you're like, you can't keep your eye off the Charger guys going, okay, do something. And as a kid, at least, as an adult, maybe you didn't give a rat's ass, but as a kid, it was like my favorite players playing against the best players in the world. I want to see him show that he's the best player out here. It was a big deal for me as a kid. Then Sean Taylor kind of ruined it when he took out the punter.
That poor punter.
They show that clip all the time. Good God. He got up, by the way, but still, Sean Taylor lit him up.
I loved did you love it when you were little, Josh? I loved the Pro Bowl. I thought it was awesome.
I used to watch it, when they had the competitions, like the who could throw it the furthest, and then they had the throw it through the rings, all that stuff. I miss all that stuff. The dodgeball tournament now, like who cares if these guys can play dodgeball?
Yeah, dude,
That's
I want to see let's get out the bench rack. I want to see who, you know what I mean? Like I want to know who can squat. Like that stuff's fun. And I'm like, wow, look at this guy.
Back in the day, Reggie White again, way before your time. Reggie White used to let everybody lift, and then he would step up. And they said Reggie White didn't even lift weights during the season. He'd just walk up to the weights, and whatever anyone else put up, he would just beat that number, and he'd walk away and win every year. It was insane, dude.
Was he stronger than Larry Allen, or who was stronger?
Reggie White pound was stronger.
Wow.
Like I would say, the way you judge your strength is how much weight can you lift over your body weight. Mm-hmm. Larry Allen was 800 pounds. I mean, no offense, huge ass and 800 pounds. What are you going to do? But Reggie White was an absolute freak. I mean, it was crazy. Darrell Green, everyone's like, oh, this guy's the fastest guy. But Darrell Green would jump in those fastest competition contests and win every year. And insane. Even when he was old, Darrell Green was fast as hell.
Do you guys remember that the Colts safety that was like just jacked, and it's like this is the obvious steroid guy. I think his name was
Yeah, you
Landry.
think?
Do you guys remember?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
just yeah,
He's
I
a
Ron
remember
ran
bodybuilder
every
now,
night.
isn't he?
he got
I think
caught
he's a
finally.
bodybuilder now.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, the guy was roided up, and I remember seeing the interviews. He goes, "I don't know why people think I'm on roids." It's like, dude,
Yeah,
probably
I don't
because
know.
your
But
face is a
you
pepperoni
forgot.
pizza.
Yeah, you left the syringe in your arm, like you forgot to take it out this morning. Like
Yeah.
it's right there, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh
Jeez,
God.
unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Anyway, I used to like all the All-Star games. Now I don't even know if any of them are great. Baseball's probably the best one. NBA
Sucks.
gets boring really quick. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
gets boring really quick.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going now? We jumped through the Pro Bowl and everything. We weren't. I'm all off topic as far as the order I told
Hypothetical
you guys
lines.
Okay.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, there's some books that will give you lines for the playoff games right now, the hypothetical matchups. So for the Chargers, they have two up there, one versus the Texans and one versus the Ravens. We're gonna start with the Texans. You guys want to guess, Josh, guess the line of what the line would be for Chargers Ravens? For Chargers Texans.
Chargers Texans. I think they'll go -1 Houston because the game's in Houston.
Okay.
I'm
Dave.
gonna go -3 Chargers.
Wow. Am I way off?
Dave is closest. Chargers -2.5.
Wow. Good. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody's
the
picking
over
the Texans.
the over-under is pretty low at 44.5. It's the lowest of second lowest of all the games that they have like hypothetical lines for. But I don't know about you guys. Were you guys surprised that Chargers were favored? I thought it'd be a pick 'em, to be honest. I thought that's what the line would do. But it also moved, by the way. When I logged into it, it was 1.5, and then I looked back and it was 2.5.
Okay, so I was telling Josh, I messed this up just about whatever 45 minutes ago before we came on there, but I said to Josh, I go Aiden O'Connell's numbers on the Raiders, and Aiden O'Connell's not a premier quarterback. It's Aiden O'Connell and CJ Stroud have the same numbers. If you compare their numbers side by side, they have the same numbers on the season. Like, CJ Stroud has taken a major step back.
Yeah, he's been not good at all. Terrible,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. What's the line for the Ravens?
Would
Let's
you
guess.
just like to guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens at -8.
Oh, I'm gonna go Ravens -5.
Josh is closer, 6.5. Also, if you guys are watching this Notre Dame Georgia game, it's 4 flags already, and we're 4 minutes into the game.
All right, hold on. That's not the funniest thing, man, about Notre Dame football, because again, Mario's from Indiana. Is they were saying, okay, like Josh is an Alabama fan because Josh went to Alabama. I'm an Alabama fan because my sister went there and Josh went there. Mario, whatever, is Indiana fan. He grew up in Indiana his entire life, that kind of deal. But Notre Dame, it's like, dude, my sister's best friend's cousin has an aunt that went to Notre Dame, so I've been a fan since I was born. What? Like the connection to Notre Dame fandom is Catholic, and you're a Notre Dame fan, fine, I got you. But to sit there and have 8 different links to why you're a Notre Dame fan, you're out of control. Notre Dame fans are the worst.
This is very regional, but there's nothing worse than a Notre Dame football fan, IU basketball fan. I've lived with them my whole life, and I can't stand them.
I'll give you worse out here in Southern California. Dodger fan, 49ers fan. That drives me crazy.
Wow. That would drive me nuts.
There are a ton of Dodger fans and 49er fans. Makes zero sense. It's like it's the equivalent of being a Yankee fan and a Patriots fan. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
That's horrible.
It makes no sense.
That's gross.
It's gross.
Yeah. Get your ass kicked. Kidding.
All right.
No.
Are those are your lines? Do you want to pick games or you want me to do my rant?
Do your
Let's
rant.
do the rant. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys always ask for a rant, something that drives me a little bit crazy. I know you guys think I'm a psycho because I seem to have a rant for every single show. And I tell you what, one of my least favorite things is the question when people say, "What is wrong with you?" A lot. You guys listen to the show? A lot's wrong with me. So stop asking me what's wrong with me. Okay, here we go. You go to a restaurant with a group of people, could be family, could be friends, and you order off the menu, and then the waiter comes and starts delivering your food on the table. Plate, 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 plate. and someone at the table always says, "That looks good. I should have ordered that." Well, Jesus, you had a chance. You're holding the same goddamn menu I was holding. Why didn't you order it? You know what you're doing? You're just telling me that, hey, I want a couple bites of your food. That drives me even crazier. You're setting the table literally to take food off my plate so you can eat what I just ordered. Why don't you just be honest with yourself and say, look, you can't make up your mind and you're out of control. Maybe next time you'll order this, but the menu was right in front of your face. So don't sit there and tell me when my plate's delivered, that looks good, I should have ordered it. My initial reaction is F you. All right, I'm done with that. Don't pull that bull crap with me, dude. I don't want to hear it. I will never go out to dinner with you again. You pull that move. Do not eat food off my plate. I hate that move. But someone, or they take your fork and eat off your fork. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? At the least you can do is hammer your fork and I'll give you something. But damn it, man. It's like the fantasy football guy, the guy that picks in front of you and then you pick and then goes, oh, that's a good pick. Well, you had a chance to get him. F off. Don't tell me my picks are good. I feel like the guy in Pulp Fiction. Don't tell me my coffee's good. I know my coffee's good. That's how I feel. Shut your mouth. Damn it.
I don't like when people eat my food. And if they have their fork and they're just like they're inching over to grab your food, you're like, dude, get off. Like, what are you doing? Get away from me. I just don't I don't like that. And people get it's nothing drives me crazy when people get upset that you won't try their food. Oh, you don't want to try my food?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want to try your food. I like my food.
My wife does that. Yeah. You want to try this? No, I don't.
Like they have cooties. Like, oh, you don't want to touch my food? I'm like, dude, I just literally don't want to eat.
I would have ordered that. If I thought that was going to be good for me, I would have ordered it. No, exactly. I don't want to try food.
And if they ask to try your food and they offer theirs, that means theirs sucks. Like that means theirs is clearly the superior to yours. So you're like, all right, man. No, I don't want to try. I'm a big French fries guy. French fries is my favorite food. When people take my fries, I freak the F out. Like it makes me so angry.
That leads to my next question. You ever been at a table where someone gets up to use the restroom and then other people start eating off their plate while they're gone?
No, that's crazy,
disrespectful as hell. And French fries are the number one thing that people steal. You're like, dude, I knew I had more fries than this. All you guys took my fries.
I just take my food to the bathroom just to play it safe.
yeah.
I'll take a piss while eating a basket of fries. I'm not above that.
Got no problem doing that.
No.
All right, now I got to ask you, Mario, what's your favorite fry? Is it the curly fries? Is it the seasoned fries? Is it regular fry? What's your favorite fry?
It's seasoned fries. Seasoned. Yeah, seasoned fries are the best.
You like them curly, like Arby's?
I think Arby's curly fries are okay, but they're not the best. Hooters has the best curly fries, in my opinion. Story of my life, dude. Hooters has the amazing curly fries.
Hooters. Yes.
Oh my God, Hooters is amazing. It's so people think, oh, it's because of the waitresses. That's where you go. No, dude, the wings are actually phenomenal. It's an incredible establishment. I'm all for it. Every time I'm in Florida, I go to Hooters. There's a Hooters right across from my parents' condo, and I go in there, and I have the time of my life. There's one time I was in there, a porn star was next to me, and they were working out their scene in graphic detail. And I was, I swear on my life. Two things happened that night that just were crazy to me. That where I'm at the bar and I'm watching, it was Suns Bucks NBA Finals, and I'm hearing this convo to the right of me, and I'm just like, this is a lot to process right now. And as that's going on, the Cubs game was on with the Mets. They're playing the Mets. And I made this big Mets fan was over there, and the Cubs scored. And I was like, oh, let's go Cubs. The guy goes, hey, why don't you watch out, buddy? I was like, okay, let's calm down. And then after that, someone said,
buddy.
Yeah, dude, it was a crazy 5 minutes. Someone was like, call the cops. This guy threatened to come in there to fight someone. And then the manager goes, don't call the cops. Last time they called the cops, I went to jail for fighting or something. And I was just sitting there going, I'm just going to get my check and go. I was just I'm going to take off, actually. Thanks, guys.
Oh, my God. I don't know if I ever told my Hooters story on here. All right. We're in the Hooters stories. But I remember the exact year. I think it was 2004. Or maybe 2005 started the NFL season. Randy Moss making his debut for the Raiders. And we had a radio appearance at Hooters, by the old Qualcomm Stadium. And I told my wife, I go, we have a show at Hooters, and she's like, "What? Not happy about it." And I was like, "It's not what you think. Hooters is overrated. It's all the talk. It's nothing. The burgers are great." I'm all trying to calm her down, and we're doing the appearance, and my wife decides she's going to bring Josh and Jake to the appearance. And man, right when this girl walks over with a Sharpie and pulls her shirt up and asks me to sign her chest, my wife walks in with the kids, and Jake goes, "This is the greatest place ever." Like, the timing couldn't have been worse, dude. When I'm sitting there autographing a girl's boob, yeah, it was awful. It was did not.
Oh, I bet it was awful. I bet
No,
it was,
no, I did not hear
terrible.
the end of that till today. I mean, it is still going on. If you bring up Hooters in front of my wife, oh yeah, it did not go well inside the house. I'll tell you that right now. There's some other things I can't mention either, but anyway, whole nother show. All right, want to get to the lines?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
All right, let's get to the lines. Are crazy this week. Okay, so here we go. We're going into the last week of the season, picking games. We're going to pay the bet off, by the way, through the playoffs. What do we say? Every game counts as 2? Is that what we're picking?
2.
Okay, gives Josh a chance here. Here we go. So last week, Mario still has the lead overall. He's 135. Was 5-11 last week. I was 500. So was Josh, because Josh picks opposite of everything I'm doing, trying to catch up. I'm 128 and 128. I'm losing money though if you're paying that big. Josh 8-8. He's 121 and 135 on the season. Okay, simple enough. Here we go. We got a couple Saturday games for you. We're going to start off with the Ravens at home. This is a crazy NFL line. Ravens are favored by 18 at home over the Cleveland Browns.
I'm going last. Go ahead, Mario.
Ravens.
I'm going Ravens too.
Dominate. Yep.
I'm going. Josh, you going opposite, or are you going to make picks make real picks?
No, opposite of you.
Oh, I don't like it. All right.
Strategy.
Here we go. Bengals Saturday. Are we all rooting for Cincinnati we don't want to face Cincinnati, but also we'd love to see Denver not make it. Cincinnati favored by 2.5 over the Steelers. It's a home game for Pittsburgh.
I love the Steelers in this game.
Do you really?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
love the Steelers. Okay. Then I'm going Bengals in this one. I'm going Cincinnati. They have something to play for. I don't know. I guess Steelers have something to play for too. I'm going Cincinnati though. I've not picked. Let's see if I keep my streak going. I've not picked a Titans game correct the entire year. Titans are at home, favored by 2 over those Texans we were just talking about. I'm gonna take the Titans in this one.
Titans.
Okay.
By the way, playing 2 quarterbacks in this game. Will Levis and
right?
Mason Rudolph. Yeah, 2 quarterback system. It always works.
Always works. Yep.
Nobody.
Always works. Gary Hogaboom's like, that's a great plan. It's Cowboys tried that before you guys were even born. People know what I'm talking about when they were Danny White and Gary Hogaboom. Does not work. When you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. That's what everybody in the NFL knows. Falcons favored by 8 at home against the Panthers. Hard to figure out what the Panthers are. Every time you're expecting an upset, they don't pull it, and then they shock you on this one. Mario, what do you say? 8's a lot.
Wait, are you sure it's 8 still?
I have 8. I'll look at it again right now. Hold on. Don't go anywhere.
All right, you go first because I'm
going to probably go Falcons in this one. I'm going to go Michael Penix in this one. I'm pulling it right now. Yep, still 8. No, it's 7. It's 7.5 now. It's moved to 7.5.
I guess Falcons.
Okay. Let me change that line here. Okay, you and I have Falcons. Josh has Panthers. Okay. Next up on the schedule, you have
Actually give me Panthers. Give me Panthers.
All right.
Panthers.
I'm not so sure either. I wouldn't bet it. For me, I wouldn't bet it.
I wouldn't bet anything on the slate.
Okay, here we go. Buccaneers favored by 14, taking on the Saints. Tampa Bay's at home. Mario, which way you want to go?
I love the Bucs are going to get in and get out. I think Todd Bowles' strategy is, hey, let's get up by 21 points. Let's secure a playoff spot and then rest our guys, get everyone off the field. So I think they're going to go all out, score as many as they can, as fast as they can. I literally think their goal is 28-0 at half, and then let's rest the guys.
Okay, I'm going Buccaneers as well. Bills favored by only 2 on the road against the Patriots. I'm gonna take Buffalo.
I'm going to take Buffalo too.
Okay. All right, that means Josh takes the Patriots. All right, Colts at home, favored by 4.5 over the Jaguars. I will take Indianapolis.
I think Joe Flacco is going to play in this game for the Colts. Why is this not showing me the Colts game? I'll go Colts.
Colts keeping their coach, by the way. All the problems in Indianapolis.
I think more Ballards would be the question, right? Because that guy's been there for almost a decade, and they have 0 division titles.
Okay,
But let's still blame Andrew Luck.
here we go. After this, I want to go real quick. You tell me which coaches are getting fired. Okay, we'll just fire through extremely fast because we'll find out on Monday which guys are getting fired. It'll be our last chance to make a prediction. Commanders favored by 5 over the Dallas Cowboys.
Give me the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, I'm taking the Commanders. All right. Next up, we have Eagles favored by 3 over the Giants. Eagles are at home. I know the Eagles are sitting a bunch of dudes out, but I'm going to go Eagles.
I'm going to go the G-Men.
Okay.
Dabo's going to coach for his life on Sunday.
Packers favored by 10 over the Chicago Bears. I will take the Packers.
Can I defer?
No.
Dang it. I'm gonna say Chicago, but I don't feel good about it. It's a big number.
It's a big number. This number is completely flipped around. It's because the Rams aren't going to play anybody. It's the Seahawks on the road against Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks are favored by 6.5. I will take Seattle though.
I'm going to take Seattle as well because Rams are going to play not even Stafford's Stafford had a cousin on the team. He wouldn't even play. You know,
no, I mean, this is a Ram preseason game, and we know what they look like in the preseason.
Yep.
Dolphins favored by 1 over the Jets. Looks like Tua's not going to play in this game. This game's in New York. I'm gonna go with the Jets. It looks like Aaron Rodgers' last game.
I'm gonna go Dolphins. I think the Jets are just burnt out, nothing to play for, and I think Rodgers at some point in this game is just gonna go. I just don't care anymore.
Okay. Broncos at home, 1.5 over the Chiefs. Carson Wentz playing quarterback for the Chiefs in this game. Mario, I'll let you pick first.
I hope this is never on my TV because Broncos minus 10.5.
You're gonna go Broncos. I'm gonna go.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna go the Chiefs. I'm gonna just go opposite of you. See if I can catch up to you. Cardinals favored by 4.5, taking on the Niners. Niners are the road team. I'm gonna take the Niners.
I'm with you. I'm gonna take the Niners as well.
Okay.
God, by the way, what is saddest? Is this the saddest week 18 ever? Like only one game literally matters.
Yeah, it's the
It's
last
not
one too.
Yeah.
Well, the last ones. I mean, like the game of the year. Here we go, and this is the game right here for Sunday Night Football. It's the Lions favored by 3 at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Mar, I'm gonna let you pick first.
I'm gonna take Detroit. They've made me money all season.
I am too, and it's weird because the Vikings surprise me every single week. I mean, I keep thinking they aren't the real deal, but it looks like they're the real deal. Finally, you have the Chargers favored by 4 over the Raiders is the line I have. What do you got, Mario, on this line? Am I wrong on that? No, it's 4. Still 4.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh my God, Georgia just fumbled. Don't face the Catholics. Yeah, it's 4. I'm gonna take. I'll go Chargers 20, the Raiders 10.
Okay. I'm going Chargers to cover, and I'm going Chargers 31-17.
31-17. I'm going to go 24-14.
Okay. But you want to take the Raiders on the picks, or you want to go?
No, I'll just pick Chargers here.
Okay. All right. So those are them. Fire through real quick. You just tell me yay or nay, guys, fired or not. Okay. Raiders coach fired.
Yay.
Yay.
Vikings, Lions coaches, no one's getting fired. 49ers, Cardinals, no one's getting fired. Broncos, Chiefs, nobody's getting fired. Jets, Dolphins.
Well, Jets, yeah, they already fired their coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think McDaniels is a low key yes.
Could be on the hot seat, right?
Yep.
Seahawks, Rams, nobody's getting fired. Bears coach getting fired.
Yep, he got fired.
Eagles, Giants coach getting fired.
Yeah.
Right, Dable's out.
Yep.
Commanders, Cowboys coach probably getting fired.
No.
You don't think so? Okay.
What do you think, Josh?
I think he stays. I think him and Mayo keep their jobs.
That's crazy. I mean,
I would take that. I think Mayo gets cut, and it's Rabel. I'm starting to buy into Rabel goes, I'll do a reunion. I'll call all the fellas.
Okay. Have fun with that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, it's
nobody
tough
jobs
now.
worse than the Patriots. So if he can turn that around, good for him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Jaguars, Colts.
Jaguars.
Peterson's getting fired.
He's
correct?
the most surefire for
Yeah.
sure.
Bill's coach skip his job. You guys think Patriots coach is getting fired? I don't think he gets fired. I don't think Mayo's getting fired.
I said he keeps his job.
Yeah, I think he's
I think
okay.
he's
I think he stays. You think he gets fired after 1 year?
Yeah.
Buccaneers, Saints are looking for a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
Worst job.
Yeah, Falcons, Panthers. I think both guys keep their jobs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Titans, Texans. Believe it or not, I think both guys keep their jobs. My opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titans coach Callahan's given a short or terrible roster.
Terrible. Bengals, Steelers. I think the Bengals actually could make a move.
Zach Taylor could get fired.
I think he could get fired.
It's a good call. I think he might get fired.
I think that's Bears' worst nightmare because he gets fired. Ben Johnson's going to go. Wait a minute.
Maybe. I mean, you got to look at it. Would you go to the Bengals franchise? I mean, I know they're loaded with Burrow and Jamar Chase, but at the same time, they have horrible ownership.
And they're losing T. Higgins.
Ravens, Browns. Browns are going to be looking for a new coach.
Yeah, Stefanski's gone.
Okay. All this will happen on Monday, by the way. That's why I wanted to do it now. All these guys are going to be blown out on Monday. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
What else? Do we have anything else, or is that it?
Let's get some of these chats. You got anyone you want to mention?
I think we only got one.
Oh, we got one. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah. Matthew 199 says, "Bolt up, going to the game in my hometown. F the Raiders." Awesome. Love that.
There you go.
There you go. Is right. All right. Well, again, it's a little bit different. Doesn't feel exactly the same. I think when you look at most of the comments, people are just ready for the playoffs. People are ready to move on and see what happens in the playoffs here, and then we're good to go.
I'm really pumped up for Sunday's show because we're going to know so much then, and we can finally look forward to what's actually going to happen because everything's been like hypothetical for the last few shows. So, yeah, finally, man, we finally get to figure this out.
Finally.
Well, they're at least in such a better situation than the teams that are like, you need luck. Not only do you have to win, but you need luck somewhere else. I mean, the fact that they're already in is big. It's tough when you're going in that last game of the season and you do your job and you win, and then you're waiting for someone else and maybe another team to do their job. And it's like it's the bed you made. So, go ahead and lie in it. It's tough. So for what Jim Harbaugh has done, it has been an amazing, amazing year, as everybody knows. What this Charger team is doing, how everybody has bought into Jim's team. Again, it will be interesting off season as well as we continue the show going to see how this roster starts to change. It'll be pretty amazing to watch. I don't know too many guys on this team that are let go that you're going to go, I can't believe they let go of that guy. Just I don't feel that kind of connection to guys that I don't see wearing the Charger uniform next year.
I agree with you 100% on that. Isaiah Francis says, "Are y'all doing a live show for the playoffs?" We haven't discussed it. If it's a Sunday game, I have a better chance of doing a live show. Saturday, I don't think I can, but we'll see what we do there.
I gotta ask you too. Do you guys want us doing a live show? I mean, it's super intense.
We lose every time.
Yeah,
true.
Actually, we won last time. We
did.
Yeah, we took our shirts off. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. So my thing is, do you want to hear the announcers? How into it are you? Are you gonna have other Charger fans in the room with you? It's one of those. Do you want a live show? I mean, at the same time, it's nerve-wracking. It's biting the nails time.
I think we got to up it this time. 50 comments for a live show. Like, we have to up 50.
The number. Right. And 50 DMs to Dave too. I'm kidding.
You could save those. They never end. There you go.
All right, Leah
There you
said we have 2 votes now because she 199. She says she wants the live show.
All right. There
48 to
Leah,
go.
I see that's Leah. I see what that Orioles hat on. Is your Orioles team going to do anything? I mean, good God, you took major strides to actually be contenders, and you're just letting your pitchers just walk right out the door. Good luck. Yankees are going to cruise right there. In that. And Josh and I went to Camden Yards a few years ago. I had a great time. Damn Orioles. I don't know what to say. It's a Ravens town, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Kind of interesting to see how everything plays out. Now, here you go. It's an exciting time in sports. I mean, you're watching the playoffs right now, Mario. Are you excited about football and college football? For me, I'm not. Obviously, Alabama's aren't in it. 2 is the games like Ohio State, Oregon, which I thought was going to be a great game. Complete blowout. The games haven't been that great to watch.
I'm all excited for him. I've been betting a lot on it. Like I made a lot of money off Texas and Arizona State, and then I said, "Hey, you guys give it to me. I'm gonna give it right back to you." Because I bet on Oregon.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah. So thanks,
All right.
Vegas. It's coming right back to you.
Oh my God, dude. Isaiah, I see you say how many likes for Dave take his shirt off. I tell you what, man, we raised enough money. I'll take my shirt off. I have no problem taking my shirt off. I'm fine with what I have. I'm good. Better shape than most. I'll tell you that. All right, so there we go. We'll be back on Sunday. Okay, right after the game, please join us for a live show. Hopefully, I'm lighting up a cigar. I bought a full box of cigars. Guess what? I got a bunch of cigars in there, waiting to use those through the playoffs as well. So we'll get through all those. Again, thank you so much for joining us on a Thursday before the Chargers' last regular season game. Chargers taking on the Raiders again this Sunday. Join us as soon as that game is over. Flip that computer on or your phone on, and we'll be live, and we'll have a great time. Hopefully, talking about a nice season. For Mario Heron, Josh Pele, I'm Dave Pele. Please subscribe and like to the show. We'll see you on Sunday.